I'm John. I'm here with another shot breakdown. And this one is, I'd say it might be the weirdest one so far. So here we are in After Effects with the shot, and let me show you what we started with. Basically, just pans up to the empty ceiling, and at this point on, it's a locked shot. This is also where my first mistake happened. While this was locked down, I brought the blinds in because I figured I could just cut the blinds and decide whether or not I wanted blinds or if I didn't want blinds. But the problem was, because I panned up, I had to basically match the pan with the blinds because the lighting is completely different with the blinds there and the blinds not there. And if I had been smart and thought about it for a couple minutes more, I would have thought of that. And then here is the second shot. The tripod, I kept the exact same angle, so when I brought it down here, I knew that it would be the same perspective looking up at Vanessa. And the green screen is horrible. It's just a sheet, and this is kind of the last straw as far as I really need to upgrade. I need to get one of those flex discs that are green screen. So maybe in a few more videos I might have better equipment for that. I might say this every video, but it's definitely not perfect. There's a lot wrong. For one, the green screen wasn't great, so I had to do some rotoscoping, and even then, there's a lot that looks fake about it. I added this optical flare behind Vanessa to sort of help match the lighting. Without it, it's okay, but I just felt like in motion it looks a little, I don't know, video-y or fake somehow. So figured by adding a sun as if it was right behind her, it makes it sort of look like the lighting matches better. Sort of a cheap trick, and even then, you know, maybe you guys can tell me if it still looks super fake. Adding a handheld look afterwards, and adding just other elements like grain on the whole video sort of help it look more real. When she turns with cornbread, I basically just timed it so that it was at the same time that I released the blinds in the other shot, just to try and get her in the scene as much as possible, or feel like she's part of the scene. There was a couple times that she lifted Cornbread, our dog, above the green screen, and during that moment I had to rotoscope Cornbread's head out frame by frame. There you can see the mask. If you go frame by frame, I had to sort of draw around little Cornbread's head. But there was a lot of other problems because the green screen was so bad. As far as like the thin parts of Cornbread's legs kind of disappear in the green screen. You can see the original here, other than what I've masked out. I used a plugin called Keylight. It does a really good job of taking out the green. You just use the little eyedropper here, pick the green, and then you can adjust it with the clip black and clip white. Usually you bring the clip black slider as far to the right and the clip white as far to the left before things start looking bad. So like originally it started here, and you can see that there's still some stuff there. And then you just bring it up as far as you can. And there's other little things that usually for me it's just sort of troubleshooting each time, trying to get it right. If I had a better green screen, I wouldn't necessarily need to tweak as many things, and it would look great already. There's a part in the shot where something flies by the camera. If I was gonna reshoot it, I would have had her look more over her shoulder. The idea was that she looks out the window and she's sort of controlling something to fly across. I found a truck image on Google Images, I took a screenshot of the blinds right here, and then I went into Photoshop, and I cut the blinds out, and then I brought it back in as a Photoshop layer, and I put it over top of this and matched it so that I could put it over top of the truck. I duplicated the truck, and I made it into a shadow by adding drop shadow, and I clicked shadow only, and I moved it up here, and I made it bigger so that when the truck goes by, it sort of casts a shadow as it goes. And I also added a big directional blur so that because it's moving so fast across the frame. When it gets to this point, it would be covering the sun up, so I just adjusted the brightness as it passes, so it gives a nice subtle little, as if it's actually there. And then, the sound design helps a little bit, but it's so, there's a lot about it that's so unreal. Who knows if everything I'm doing is actually making things look as real as they could be. I just saw this video the other day where somebody composited roller coaster rides over a cityscape that I thought was really cool, and I would love to do more stuff like that where it's just putting random scenes in other scenes and make it look real. It always kind of fascinates me. That one did a really great job. I know it kind of breezed through this, but let me know if you have any questions. I know this video is probably not the most impressive, but I thought it was kind of fun and very unique. Maybe not in the best way, but unique nonetheless. Hopefully you can use these theories and my mistakes to make a better video that you can send to me as a response, and I'll put it up. Thanks for watching, and keep checking back and subscribe if you haven't already, because otherwise how will you know that I put new videos up if you haven't subscribed? If you have any YouTube videos that you think that I might like, or that are kind of in the same vein as my two channels, feel free to send a message to me. I would love to check them out.
I want to play you another one.